Welcome to the Power Book of Podcasts. Unlock your potential with powerful book summaries that inspire personal growth and broaden your understanding of the world. Each week, we explore life-changing ideas, from leadership to mindset strategies to keys for happiness and success. Learn actionable insights to apply in your daily life. Join our growing community of thinkers and seekers. Like, comment, and hit that subscribe button now. It's time to supercharge your mind with the Power Book of Podcasts.
All right. Let's dive in. This time, we're tackling Pep Guardiola, one of football's, well, you could say most intriguing figures. And we've got Pep Guardiola, another way of winning, this book to guide us.
Sounds like a plan.
But, this isn't just about trophies and wins. We're going deeper.
Right, peeling back the layers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how did he develop his thinking? What obstacles did he face? We're tracing that whole evolution.
That's what makes Pep so interesting. Everyone calls him a genius, tactically revolutionized the game, but there's more to it.
Oh, absolutely.
To get him, you have to go beyond those tactics, right?
Yeah.
See how everything he went through shaped his philosophy on the field, off the field, all of it.
So let's rewind the tape. Back to his roots, 1970s, Santpedor, Spain. Picture it, a kid completely obsessed with football, no video games, just pure passion. Sounds idyllic, right? But what was it about those early years that really set the stage for all he'd achieve?
Easy to think of little Pep, kicking a ball around a charming village square. But the key is that constant immersion, like learning a language as a kid. You absorb it without even realizing it. For Pep, those streets weren't just playtime. They were his tactical training ground, his first one.
And it showed. At 15, already pulling off moves inspired by senior players, impressing the coaches. But 13, that's when things changed. He gets an offer from La Masia, Barcelona's youth academy. Now, for those who aren't hardcore football fans, explain La Masia. We hear it produces stars, but what's the secret sauce?
More than an academy, La Masia is where Barcelona's footballing DNA is born. It's not just about skills. They instill a whole philosophy, a way to see the game. Possession, movement, attacking flair, all that. Almost like a cultural immersion program for young footballers.
Wow, like a footballing university.
Yeah, exactly.
But it wasn't always easy for Pep. His build, quite slight, almost got him overlooked. Until Johan Cruyff came along, legendary Barcelona coach. He saw something special. What did Cruyff see in Pep that others missed, and how did that relationship mold him?
Cruyff was a visionary, a revolutionary. He spotted Pep's tactical intelligence, how he saw the game differently. Cruyff nurtured that, challenged Pep to think outside the box, question everything. That mentorship, it was crucial, planted the seeds for everything Pep would later do.
Incredible how one mentor can have such a lasting impact. But Cruyff wasn't exactly known for being gentle, right? Imagine you're a young player making your debut, and your coach, the great Johan Cruyff, says, "You were slower than my granny."
Ouch. That sums up Cruyff perfectly. Blunt, demanding, but he wanted his players to be better. And Pep, he didn't crumble. He used it, internalized that lesson, focused on his strengths, vision, passing, tactics. That's what he honed in on.
Then we jump ahead a bit. Pep playing under Sir Bobby Robson with a young Jose Mourinho as assistant coach. Sounds like a crucial time. He's exposed to all these different approaches, almost a masterclass in management, right?
Oh, absolutely. Robson's experience, Mourinho's tactical mind, it was all there for Pep to observe. Two contrasting styles, each with strengths and weaknesses. It broadened his view, made him analyze different ways to approach the game. Invaluable lessons right there.
And there's that wild story from a cup final. Barcelona struggling, halftime comes. The players, led by Mourinho's breakdown, basically coach themselves to a win. What does that say about the team's dynamic and Pep's role in it?
Shows a remarkable level of trust, shared understanding within that team. Suggests that Pep, even as a player, he got tactics, communicated well with his teammates. It foreshadows what he'd become, a manager who lets his players take ownership.
But Pep's journey had its dark side too. False doping accusations in Italy. A brutal legal battle to clear his name. Beyond the trauma of those accusations, how did that ordeal shape him?
Deeply. It instilled a sense of justice in him and loyalty, made him fiercely protective of his players. It's a hallmark of his leadership. He came out of that with a deeper understanding of, the human side of the game, the importance of fighting for what's right.
So we've got a player deeply marked by both the beauty and the harshness of football, but he was always meant to lead, not just play, right? How did that coaching career begin, and what were the early signs that he was destined for greatness?
It all started with a move that seemed humble. Coaching Barcelona B, the reserve team. And they'd just been relegated. But this wasn't a step back. It was a calculated choice.
Interesting. What was he hoping to achieve there? Just experience or something more?
Pep believed that football's core is the same, no matter the level. For him, Barcelona B, it was a chance to perfect his tactics, his way of managing players, all in a less intense environment, like a laboratory where he could experiment, lay the groundwork for bigger things.
And he wasn't afraid to make tough calls even then. Famously bench a first-team player for breaking a rule while playing for Barcelona B. Bold move for a new coach. What message was he sending?
That incident shows Pep's dedication to discipline, to the team as a unit. He understood that accountability, no matter who you are, that's essential for a successful team. It wasn't about punishment, it was about setting a standard, an environment where everyone, star player or reserve, faces the same high expectations.
And then the moment arrives. Pep becomes first-team manager at Barcelona. His presentation speech is full of emotion, love for the club, work ethic, making the fans proud. But beyond the feelings, what concrete ideas did he bring? What was this Pep Guardiola philosophy he was about to unleash?
Pep's vision was clear. Possession-based football, minimal risk, high pressing, relentless attack. But these weren't just trendy terms. They came from deep within his understanding of the game. He believed that possession wasn't just about keeping the ball, it was about controlling the space, dictating the opponent's every move, creating chances to score. He was about to revolutionize how Barcelona, how the world played football.
It sounds like he took everything he learned, La Masia, Cruyff, Robson, Mourinho, and wove it into something truly unique.
Exactly. This wasn't just tactics. He created a culture, an environment where players could think for themselves, be brave, be creative, all within a clear structure. He knew that to achieve something special, you needed both brilliant tactics and a deep connection with your players, a shared belief in the vision.
All right, so the stage is set. Pep Guardiola, former ball boy, worked his way up, now leading one of the world's biggest clubs, ready to leave his mark. I'm on the edge of my seat here, but we have to pause it there. Next time, we'll dive into those electrifying early days of Pep at Barcelona. We'll see how his revolutionary approach changed the club and captivated the entire football world. Back again. Last time, we left Pep taking charge at Barcelona, ready to put his vision into action. And those early days, man, they were electric. Camp Nou was buzzing. Everyone could feel a new era starting.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just hype. There was this tangible shift. Pep's arrival had ignited something. His passion, it was contagious, and the players, they responded instantly to his demanding yet inspiring leadership style.
And the results were amazing, of course, but it wasn't just about that. It was the way they played, this fluidity, this captivating style, not just winning, but winning beautifully.
Exactly. Pep's Barcelona was like a revelation. Their ball movement, so precise, so purposeful, like watching a choreographed dance. The passing, intricate. The movement, fluid. And the pressing, relentless. They just dominated, physically and mentally.
One match that really stands out is that 6-2 win over Real Madrid. At the Bernabeu, no less. It was more than a win. It was a statement. What made that match so pivotal? What solidified Pep's status and showed the power of his system?
That match was the culmination of everything Pep had been working towards, a tactical masterclass. It showcased the power of possession, high pressing, relentless attack, all of it. But it was also symbolic, restored Barcelona's pride and sent a message to the world. Pep's Barcelona was a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. But even in victory, Pep showed his humanity, dedicating the Champions League win in Rome to Paolo Maldini, a legendary opponent treated unfairly by his own fans. What a gesture. It said a lot about Pep.
It did. It showed he's not just some cold, calculating tactician. He understands the human side of this game, values respect, sportsmanship, even amidst fierce competition. A reminder that even when you're striving for excellence, there's always room for empathy.
Now, fast forward to the 2011 Champions League final. Against Manchester United, the clash of styles between Pep and Sir Alex Ferguson, two giants of the game, it was fascinating. Experience versus innovation. What were the key tactical elements that defined that match?
That final, it was Pep's possession-based, meticulous approach against Ferguson's more, pragmatic, counter-attacking style. Like a chess match, each manager trying to outsmart the other. Pep's pre-match talk, where he practically predicted the game, it was incredible. Showed his analytical brilliance and his ability to inspire belief in his players.
And they won, secured their second Champions League title under Pep. But here's the thing. Despite achieving this, Pep said he felt like he had failed, winning at the highest level, yet feeling like a failure. How do we make sense of that?
That right there, that's classic Pep. It reveals his relentless pursuit of perfection. For him, it's not just about winning. It's about playing the game a certain way, constantly striving to improve, reach a level of mastery that might be, well, unattainable. This self-criticism, it fuels him, but it can also be a burden.
Yeah, he sets the bar incredibly high, must be both exhilarating and exhausting. And as Pep's time at Barcelona went on, cracks started to show. Managing egos, players leaving, keeping that hunger alive after achieving so much, it takes a toll.
Staying on top is often harder than getting there. Team dynamics shift. Tough decisions have to be made. Samuel Eto'o leaving, a proven goal scorer, that was controversial. Some said Pep's system couldn't handle such a strong personality, that he was choosing tactical cohesion over individual brilliance.
Right, and his relationship with Gerard Piqué, talented but volatile defender, that got strained too. Pep's paternal approach, which had worked so well with many players, it created tension with Piqué. What does that tell us about managing different personalities in such a high-pressure environment?
It shows how complex human relationships are, even in something as structured as football. Pep's strength, connecting with his players deeply, it could also backfire when those relationships went sour. Managing a team full of stars, each with their own ego, their own dreams, it's a delicate balancing act.
And then, of course, there was a rivalry with Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid. Shared history, contrasting styles. It was the media frenzy, every match, every press conference, a battle.
The Pep-Mourinho rivalry, it was more than tactics. It was personalities clashing, philosophies colliding. This drama played out everywhere, captivating everyone, adding fuel to an already fiery rivalry.
But behind the scenes, Pep struggled with self-doubt. Even with all his confidence and success, he questioned his own abilities, especially after losses. That vulnerability hidden beneath his controlled exterior makes his achievements even more impressive.
It reminds us that even the most successful people have those moments of vulnerability, of doubt. Pep's ability to acknowledge those feelings, face them head on, instead of letting them consume him, that's resilience. That's dedication.
And in the end, the pressure of Barcelona, it took its toll. After 4 seasons, Pep stepped down, needed a break from the scrutiny, wanted new challenges.
Surprising to many, but it also showed Pep's commitment to growth, his refusal to get complacent. He'd achieved it all at Barcelona, but his journey wasn't over. He craved new experiences, new tests, new ways to prove himself.
And that led him to Bayern Munich, a club steeped in tradition, in success. This wasn't about adding trophies, it was about showing his adaptability, proving his philosophy could work in a different footballing culture.
Bayern was a unique challenge, a distinct style of play, a proud history, established stars. It tested Pep's ability to adapt, to evolve, to win over new players, a demanding fan base.
And when he did, 3 Bundesliga titles in a row, introduced new tactical nuances, refined his philosophy even further. But even in Germany, there were bumps in the road.
There were. Friction, disagreements with the club over transfers. Questions arose. Could his meticulous approach stifle players like Robben Ribery, players known for their individual brilliance?
It's like his intensity, his unwavering belief in his methods, could create tension, even as it brought success. A fascinating paradox. The very qualities that make him a visionary leader also lead to friction, resistance.
Exactly. Pep's pursuit of perfection, his constant drive to be better, it can be inspiring and challenging to those around him. It's a testament to his leadership that he navigated those complexities and achieved so much at Bayern.
But even with the trophies, the tactical triumphs, you could sense Pep was still searching, like he hadn't reached his final destination.
That restless spirit, that constant desire to learn, to grow, it pointed toward new horizons. He needed a challenge that would push him to his absolute limits, a chance to build something truly unique, a legacy that would be his own.
And that leads us to Manchester City, a club with big dreams but lacking the history of Barcelona, of Bayern Munich, a chance for Pep to build a dynasty from scratch, to shape a team in his image. But that's a story for next time. When we return, we'll explore Pep's time at Manchester City, the highs, the lows, and the lingering questions about his legacy. All right, we're back. Our deep dive into the world of Pep Guardiola. We've seen his journey from those early days in Spain through his time at Barcelona and Bayern Munich, all the triumphs, the struggles, and now we're at what might be the most interesting chapter, Manchester City.
Yeah, Manchester City was different. It wasn't like Barcelona or Bayern, already steeped in success and tradition. City had ambition, but their identity wasn't really established.
Yeah.
It was a chance for Pep to build something truly special right from the ground up.
A blank canvas for him to create a masterpiece. But I imagine it wasn't all easy. The Premier League is tough, fiercely competitive, and City, despite their resources, hadn't quite reached the top of English football yet.
It's tempting to say City's success is just because of money, but that ignores what Pep actually did. He brought in players, yeah, but he changed their whole philosophy, how they approached the game. He created this culture of excellence, and it went through the whole club, every level.
And it was obvious right away. City started playing with this swagger, this fluency that had been missing. Dominating possession, relentless pressing, attacking with precision. It was the Pep way, but with a distinct Manchester City spin on it.
The interesting thing is Pep didn't just try to copy what worked at Barcelona or Bayern. He adapted. He adjusted his approach to fit the players he had, to fit the Premier League. He became even more pragmatic, more flexible, while staying true to his core ideas.
And the trophies came. 5 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 4 League Cups. Incredible. But even with all that, there were still setbacks, doubts, and that big question. Could Pep win the Champions League with City?
Yeah, the Champions League became this almost obsession for Pep and for the club, the missing piece. And the pressure just kept building each year.
But they finally did it. That recent Champions League final, beating Inter Milan, huge weight lifted off Pep's shoulders, silenced a lot of critics. Felt like the culmination of all those years of work, of tactical evolution, of building a team capable of competing at the very highest level.
Definitely a turning point. Solidified City's place among Europe's elite, and it further cemented Pep's legacy as, well, one of the greatest managers of all time, without a doubt. But even now, they have that Champions League trophy. What drives Pep now?
That's what's so fascinating about him. He's never satisfied, always looking to get better, to innovate, to push the boundaries of what's possible in football. I bet he's already planning, thinking about how to build on this success, how to achieve something even more remarkable.
It's what makes him so compelling. He's not just a coach, he's an artist, a visionary. He sees the game differently, constantly challenging the norms, pushing his players, pushing the whole sport forward.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Pep Guardiola, what stands out is just how layered and complex his story is. We've seen the triumphs, the trophies, the tactical brilliance, but also the struggles, the self-doubt, that relentless drive for perfection that pushes him.
Pep's journey shows us that true greatness isn't just about what you achieve. It's about the constant striving, the unwavering belief in your vision, the willingness to face challenges and learn from mistakes. His journey's not over, and I'm really excited to see what he does next.
This has been an amazing exploration. We've learned so much about Pep, his life, his career, from his humble beginnings to becoming a global icon. His tactical mind, his leadership, the sacrifices he's made.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you. If you're interested in learning even more about Pep Guardiola, I highly recommend Pep Guardiola, Another Way of Winning. That's the book that guided us today.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, gives you a real glimpse into the mind of one of football's most brilliant and most enigmatic figures.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep playing the beautiful game. I can